Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm going to wait for you guys to tune in. Waiting for you guys to tune in. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, a happy New Year. This is going to be a very quick live. I just want to quickly go over the new I-485 form. So real quick, let me introduce myself. My name is Aisha Chidole. I'm an immigration attorney. I represent clients all over the United States. We have a physical office in Florida and here in Atlanta where I'm physically sitting. But your location doesn't matter. We take clients all over the United States. If you'd like to schedule a consult, you can call us 407-995-6567. You can send a WhatsApp to 404-333-8751. The person that says, I like your voice, it's soothing. Thanks, my voice is actually really froggy. I'm very early in the morning, but thank you. So today I just really want to talk about the public charge. I might not have a lot of time to get into questions because, today's my first day back at the office and very busy day. Before I start, this is exactly why I say to you guys, when you're eligible for stuff, you don't waste your time. You file for what you're eligible for because you never know at what point the rules might change, regardless of whether or not you have a president who you believe has favorable immigration views or not. You just want to move quickly because you never know what can change. So some of what you're going to be seeing now in the I-485 as of December 23rd, first of all, as of December 23rd, you should only be submitting the new I-485 form. I'm going to talk about just about 4 core areas, that I probably sense that a lot of people are going to have confusion over. One is that now you're going to have to disclose your total household assets, where you never needed to do that before. So a lot of this is very reminiscent of President Trump's era, where we had the public charge rule and we had to submit an I-944. The difference now is that all those questions are in the I-485, so we don't have to submit the I-944, but we still have to list this out. And basically the officers review the totality of everything submitted to make a decision. So the core ones that, confuse people is, what is a household asset? What exactly is that? So basically they're talking about not only you as the person who is seeking a green card, also your spouse and anyone else that lives in the household. So if there are children that live in the household that make money or have assets, parents that live in the household that make money, have assets, they're going to be including all of you. And assets are basically anything that's convertible to cash within 12 months. So basically cash at hand, money in the bank, money in your savings, 401k, stuff like that. So that's what they're looking for essentially. If you have real estate, the way you can use your real estate is by showing that your real estate, you owe less than what it's appraised for. So you want to be able to show an appraisal report saying, okay, house is worth $400,000 and we owe $200,000. I'm just using it as an example. Car also, if it's a car, it's a car that you own free and clear. So those are some examples of what a household asset is. Again, they're going to be let me know if you guys can see me on live still or hear me. Whenever my phone rings, it messes up my audio on live. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. Ms. Geesh says, why do they need to know about one's asset? Just a question, please. Your guess is as good as mine, but the idea is that basically they don't want anyone that they're basically approving to basically be seeking public benefits from the US. They want you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Basically, they don't want anyone else that they're going to basically be supporting, financially. And then the other part, and this one is critical, is total value of household liabilities, right? So included both here are both secured liabilities and unsecured liabilities. So liabilities are debt. Basically, do you owe somebody money? They're looking at credit cards. They're looking at, mortgages. They're looking at, you know, um, loans from banks, car notes, basically anything that's secured by a mortgage, like all those things, essentially. That's what they're looking for, right? And then the third most important thing that I would say you want to oh, sorry. One, and then also something else they're also looking at is like alimony, child support. Basically, think about it this way: anything that's reported on your credit report is a liability, and those things need to be included, in there. Somebody's asking when does this take effect? This took effect as of December 23rd, so it's in effect. And then this other question, because I know I'm going to run out of time, so I want to answer it real quick. Somebody asked, if it affects those that are filing for VAWA. The good news for those that are filing for VAWA is that you're exempt from the public charge requirement, always have been, even when this was passed by President Trump and the more tougher stance, you're exempt. T visa applicants are also exempt, U visa applicants. Basically, there are very many humanitarian types of positions that will be exempt from this requirement. But everybody else, like if you're filing for marriage, you're filing for parents, they look at that. And then they're also going to be looking at if you've ever received long-term institutionalization at the government's expense. With that, really the core of what they're looking for in that case is really things like, nursing homes. Like, have you been in a nursing home, a Medicaid provided nursing home, so or a Medicaid provided mental health facility or institution. So that's what they're looking at. The good news is that if your child is on CHIP, which is a child health, I don't know the full name of it. I think it's Child Health Insurance Program. You're exempt from that, Medicaid for other reasons. You're exempt from that, and vaccine. So it's not as inhumane. So if you've ever been on food stamp, in this case, you won't be considered as a public charge. But again, they're going to look in the totality. So, if you're on food stamp, and then there are other things there, these are things that could be potentially non-favorable to you. So that's really what I wanted to cover. I mean, there are other things that they look at as well for public charge, but I think this is the one where a lot of people are going to have the most difficulty understanding what's needed. Let's see what other questions you have. I can take probably like one or two questions. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have got a few comments on Facebook. Okay, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. So let's see. Why did you should know that one? That's it. Let me see. Let me find a really good question. Yeah, so someone says if you have a car and a loan, do you add that? Yes. Remember what I said. Anything basically that's reported in your credit report is considered a liability. Okay. Yep, this is also when filing for kids as well. So, with the kids, your children, if they're minors, they're probably not going to have assets or liabilities, but if they're in your household, they're going to be looking at your own asset and anyone else that's in there. Tosh says, does this affect persons who are renewing their green card? No. This is for people applying for a green card. Sandy says, should this information be added on the affidavit of support form? No. Remember, the I-485 is for you, the beneficiary. The I-864 is for the person that is sponsoring you. And sometimes the person sponsoring you might not be the petitioner. So a lot of this is coming from the I-485, which is a petition to get your green card. Somebody's asking about VAWA receipt delay. Talk about that. Well, if you're seeing a receipt delay, I can bet 90% that it is because you didn't file it with your adjustment of status. Basically, if you file for VAWA without a filing fee for adjustment of status, those tend to be delayed. My colleagues and I joke and say that, of course those are delayed because, there's no money involved. But if you file an adjustment of status, USCIS is going to cash that quickly, because they want their money. I mean, it's just a joke. I don't know why, but generally, since 2022, we've seen a delay, like several months delay, but hopefully you'll get it soon. One more question. So I got married in 2014, got my conditional green card. He disappeared and I got a divorce before my 10-year. Am I eligible for citizenship? Right, without a consultation, I can't answer you, because we need to, first of all, make sure that you remove the conditions on your green card. If you never remove the conditions on your green card, that has to happen first, before, citizenship eligibility. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm sorry that I couldn't get in as much today. But I'll be on live this Friday or Thursday. I'm gonna do announcements once I confirm my schedule. And then you guys can ask your questions. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And I'm wishing everybody a fantastic 2023. I'm wishing you all good health, lots of green cards, lots of citizenship, favor in every application. Anyone that's watching me live, I hope that this is good energy I'm sending to you, that whatever you're petitioning for, you'll get it approved and everything will work out for you by His grace. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.